In 2010, I moved out of Port Harcourt with my wife and my two sons. Moving has taught me a lot of things. And that's what I want to talk about today on the podcast with Paul Fo. So, I started my life hawking or selling recharge card on the streets of Port Harcourt. And in 2010, I decided to move out of Port Harcourt to Lagos to play a bigger game. For those of you listening to the podcast and you don't know what Port Harcourt is, where Port Harcourt is a city in the southern part of Nigeria. Nigeria has like 300 million people. So Lagos is the epicenter. The internally generated revenue of Lagos is bigger than 90% of the countries in West Africa. So it's a big city. All the major companies' headquarters are in Lagos, from Lagos to the ends of the earth. So I moved out of Port Harcourt to Lagos. I flew my wife and my two sons then, but I took a little car that we had, and I drove all the way from Lagos from Port Harcourt to Lagos. While I was in Port Harcourt, I told a mechanic that I met, someone that could fix a car, a garage guy, if you live in the UK, that I know lives in Benin City, to give me directions. He said, he's going to Benin, that he will meet me up at the University of Benin gates to give me direction. Unbeknown to me, the guy was trying to kidnap me. And then, by God's grace, I came out of that ordeal. It was very traumatic. Then I gave a ride to a military man. I have a feeling that guy is not a human being that I gave a ride to. I think he was an angel, that was manifested in the form of a human, because he directed me until I got to a city called Ore. Then he left. From Ore to Lagos is not very far, or it's around that Shagamu area, but something else happened. There was a big truck in front of me, and the truck was carrying stones, apparently for construction. And for some reason, the stones jumped out of the big truck and smashed the windscreen of my car. So I got to Lagos with a broken windscreen. I got to Lekki. I went to one of my friend's house. His name is Waimi Orubu. He's into real estate. I stayed with him for a while, for a few days. Then I went to rent a house for my family. Then my wife and my two sons then were living with my wife's elder sister at the outskirts of Lagos. Her husband was a lecturer at the Covenant University. Lagos changed my life. And I encourage people all the time, if you can move to a bigger city. I think it was Paul Graham that said that every city calls you, every city has a name. Lagos speaks of ambition. It was from Lagos that I fine-tuned my message and I began to teach sales. It transformed my life because I started playing the game at a bigger stage with those who were playing the game at a bigger level. And that was how my life began to evolve. When I got to Lagos, a friend of mine whose name is Tega, he says to me that his sister needs a sales trainer because his sister had started a consulting business. So she was taking me around Lagos, around the country really, to work. She gets the big jobs from the big companies. I didn't know how to write a proposal then. I didn't even know how to get to corporate Nigeria. She was paying me a very tiny fee. I think it was 40,000 naira then per job. It was in one of those jobs I was doing a training for her. The HR, the head of learning and development, Mr. Funsho Tuki, was in the hall for GT Bank. He heard me speak, he was impressed, and we started a conversation. Then I pitched him on the fact that I can do training on my own as well. I followed up on that job for 1 full year before GT Bank gave me my first job. The moment Guarantee Trust Bank gave me my first job, every other bank opened up to me. And that began to build my confidence. I hope you're enjoying this. I just want to share a story of my journey today. And before we go along, if you want to one-on-one sales coaching, you can click on the link in the show notes and book a session for your business. I also have a class coming on 5-day Make Sales Challenge from the 1st to the 5th of May. The details are in the show notes as well. Check that out. So that's how the whole thing started. But there was a pivotal moment that really, really shaped my life was when I moved industries from doing sales trainings in the financial service sector to doing sales trainings in the real estate industry. That was when my wealth was created. I can put it that way. My wealth was created by doing sales training for real estate companies. The first real estate company that I did a sales training for was a company called Landway. They were very innovative, they're very creative. I did a sales training for Landway, and the whole of real estate industry just opened up to me. And from real estate industry, I started acquiring properties. I always tell people all the time that who you hang around with depends on what you attract. I didn't own properties until I started to play in the real estate industry. And so if you are listening to me right now, if your soul is telling you to move to a larger city or move to another city, just move and say to yourself that that decision is not a one-way, it's not a one-door decision, it's a two-door decision. What do I mean by that? The most dangerous decisions are one-door decisions. If you relocate to another city and life didn't work out the way you want it to work out, hey, you can pack your bag and leave. Yeah, you can pack your bag and leave. It's not a marriage. It's not a marriage. But go into the city with the mind that you want to make it work, and you'll be amazed. Then I moved again from Lagos to England. My wife says she wants us to move from Lagos to England. At this time now we have 3 children. I have three boys. So I moved again from Lagos to England. It's very, very challenging because I was already established in Lagos. In Nigeria, really. I was booked every single month doing sales training, every week. I was all over the place. But when I moved to England, I didn't have the support that I had in Nigeria. I didn't have the clients that I had in Nigeria. I was starting all over again. Yeah, a few clients I was working with online. So England forced me to master digital. Yeah. England forced me because I said to me, if I'm going to survive, I must learn how to sell on the internet. If I'm going to survive, pay bills, and take care of my wife and children, I must learn how to write sales copy, how to make offers, how to run ads. So I learned those skills not because I loved them, how to write DMs. I learned those skills because I had to survive. It was a survival mechanism. That was why I learned those skills. And I'm still learning them. And before I could say Jack Robinson, AI came, which is a new set of skills that I must also learn now to grow my business and take care of my family. I said all of that to say this to you, that perhaps you're thinking about relocating to a bigger city. You want to make your dreams come true. You want to make your mark on the earth. Don't be afraid. I read a book years ago when I went to South Africa for the first time. I think I went to South Africa for the first time in 2010 or 2011. I can't remember now. And I bought a book called The Alchemist. The book was recommended to me by Mr. Lanre Lushola. And I read the book. It was a great book. I think I still have that copy. I gave it to my sons to read. And there was a line in that book that's so powerful. And the line is, if you go into the universe to seek your own, if you go into the world to seek your own personal legend, he said that the universe will conspire to make it a reality for you. I thought that was beautiful. In other words, whatever you want also wants you. What do you want? Go out there and chase it. It will become like a confirmation bias. Have you ever, wanted to buy a particular car or phone, and before long began to see that car or phone all over the place? Yeah, that's going to happen to you when you move to that city. Remember, don't allow what you think people say about you prevent you from moving. Move if you have to move. Because perhaps your greatness is on the other side. If I was still in Port Harcourt, I do not think I will be as great as I am today. I do not think I will be as successful as I am today if I was still in Port Harcourt. I do not think I'll be as sophisticated as I am today. Moving, relocation changed my life. I hope this was useful to you. If this really blessed you, send me a DM. I am at Paulfo, at PAULFOH on Instagram. Just message me and tell me what you think. I write a weekly newsletter called The 4 Letters. The link is in the show notes as well. Check that out. Book a coaching call with me. And if you want to take your business to the next level, or attend my next class, 5-day mixers challenge. I'm even doing a 50% discount for 48 hours. So click on the link and take advantage of the discount. Write a comment if you think this was a blessing to you. Share it. Show me a sign that you share it on Instagram in my stories. I will also reshare it with your handle on Instagram. My prayer for you is that may history be kind to you. May humans help you. May you live up to the fullness of your potential. And do have a great day. God bless you. My name is Paul Ford. Let's go. Boom.